Call the meeting to order, and we'll first start with a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Mrs. Frank,
Mayor Kindle,
present.
Councilwoman Costantino.
Present.
Councilman Jenny.
Here.
Councilwoman LaPrat.
Present.
Councilwoman Sawicki.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Williams is absent tonight. Councilman Toussaint.
Present.
City Manager Szymanski.
Here.
City Attorney DeWally.
Here.
Okay.
All right, I need, a motion to excuse Councilwoman Williams.
I'll make the motion.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. I need a motion for the approval of the minutes.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I'll offer the motion to accept, receive, and file the minutes of the regular city council meeting held September 15th, 2025.
Support.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And public comment on agenda items only. If you have 3 minutes to speak on agenda items only.
You got it. Well, I got the one from the last meeting. There's 5 agenda items. Now you got 12 of them. I recognize one company. After you get done here, you're gonna ask a motion to pass all these things. I think the people or the citizens, residents, need to know what each company is getting paid for and what they do for the city. I mean, you keep going through that like it's nothing. Now, next thing is on this pocket part. You got a grant and $1 million and you're making payments. So what's going on? You're supposed to wait until it's done, then pay the whole thing off. You don't make payments on it. Next, you're paying for sealing on cracks, which nobody would pay anybody if they don't finish the job. I told you a long time ago, my street has never been finished and there's weeds growing out of the cracks that they drilled into the street. The next thing is, what is going on with the Milk River? Once you say it's going to be done, now it's not going to be done. Now the reservoirs are dry. What is going on? That's all I want to know. Answer a question when it's your turn to speak because it's on the agenda.
Is there anyone else who would like to say anything regarding the agenda? Seeing that, I need a resolution.
Madam Mayor, I make a resolution to approve consent agenda items 1 through 12.
Support.
Any discussion?
Madam Mayor,
Mm-hmm.
I think it would behoove, council, I've had a few questions, about why something is on the consent versus new business. I think consent is generally speaking recurring or normal items, but I think, it would be helpful both for new members of council and for the public to know why certain things appear on the consent agenda rather than in new business.
What do you specifically? What are you talking about?
Just the items that appear on the consent agenda. I've had, people ask me, why is that on the consent agenda and not in new business? And so I just thought it would be helpful for the city manager to identify, why certain things appear on consent rather than all in new business.
Well, some of these things are reoccurring. I mean, Guardian Sewers, they do all of our sewage repair work. To have that all the time as, you know, an item to discuss, it really doesn't make any sense because they're emergency repairs. I mean, if a sewer line breaks and we have to tear up a street, we're gonna send somebody out there. I mean, that's it. And I mean, like the trust governmental finance, those are bond payments that the council approved, and these are just principal and interest payments. WCA assessing, they provide our assessing services, you know, so forth and so on.
I just thought it would be helpful because I did have some new members of council ask me in the past,
What number?
why is it on the consent agenda versus new business? And so I thought it would just be helpful for people to know that these are recurring or fairly normal pieces of business that go on.
Is the one item, I'm sorry, the one item you're talking about?
All right. I didn't know we had any new people.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So on here on the consent agenda, we have a payment to McAllister Rentals for $5,185.40.
Mm-hmm.
But in September, in the check register, we have a payment to McAllister Rentals for $1,084 on September 18th. Is that included in this amount or is that a separate payment and why is it split? Or what's I just want to know what the story is behind it.
Take a look here. Okay, that's a rental load.
Okay,
That's,
so we needed it in September and now we're using it again for
that's how, that,
October. That's how we get our leaves or,
yes,
I just want to confirm,
not a problem.
because you have a split payment in there. Just want to make sure.
And Madam Mayor?
Mm-hmm.
We do have an approval of a parade request. That's going to take place October 17th from 4 to 5 p.m. It's the high school homecoming parade, which is, a yearly parade. And it'll begin at Beacon and move to the high school. And so once again, that's from 4 to 5 p.m. on the 17th.
Correct. Is there anything else for discussion on the consent agenda? Roll call vote, Mr. Frank.
Councilwoman Constantino,
Yes.
Councilman Jenny.
Yeah.
Councilwoman LaPrat.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sawicki.
Yes.
Councilman Toussaint.
Yes.
Mayor Kindle.
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Okay, that takes us to old business and we have none. So new business, the city manager's report. I need a individually. All right.
New business item number 1, progress payment number 1, Roscommon Pocket Park, number 180-329. Mayor and council attaches a letter from our city engineers transmitting progress payment number 1 on the Roscommon Pocket Park project, number 180-329. It is recommended that this payment be approved. Mayor, a resolution is recommended.
Madam Mayor, I make the resolution to approve payment to Premier Group Associates LLC in the amount of $52,261.06 for progress payment number 1 on the Roscommon Pocket Park project, number 180-329.
Support.
Discussion.
Madam Mayor?
Yes.
I know that progress payments happen periodically throughout building a project. And so I'm not surprised by this, but there are a few items that
Would you? Right.
that have come up on this and that I do have a question about. The first is that it shows that we are purchasing 245 picnic tables at $42 a picnic table for a total of $10,080. And I know that has to be a mistake. And so I just thought I'd better ask about that because I don't think we need 245 picnic tables. It's page 4 of this document that's got all the sideways numbers on it.
Is this on? Can you hear me on it? The picnic tables are actually 6 each, so the 245 corresponds to the next item down the list, which is.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so
Yep.
the item comes ahead of its description. All right, because I was gonna ask about the bike rack next, and that seemed a little high. But regarding the pavilion, I thought we had a discussion at the council table here that a 30 by 30 foot pavilion was too large. that that's about the size of the pavilion at Salter Park. And we had indicated our interest in having something smaller for that park because we didn't want it to attract a lot of teens gathering there, a lot of people, who might be better doing party kind of stuff in the big park. And so I thought that we had indicated our interest in having the pavilion size smaller.
I know there was discussion about that, but I don't know if that was ever finalized as far as coming up with a alternate size on the pavilion.
Can we discuss that now? I know the pavilion's not in yet. When I drove past, it looked like things are just kind of getting shaped up, but it hasn't been finalized yet.
Yep.
Is it possible for us to discuss that and?
Currently being fabricated now and is supposed to be delivered this month for installation.
All right, well, I just anticipate that we might get a lot of feedback on that one. Thank you.
Are there any further discussions regarding the pocket park?
Yeah, Madam Mayor.
Yes.
Oh, with these costs, will they be reimbursed through the grant or this is just,
Yes.
Yes, and I want to say that we were fronted about $100,000. So we're just doing the work now and just paying the contract.
All right, any further discussion? Roll call vote, Mr. Frank.
Councilman Jenny,
Yes.
Councilwoman LaPrat,
Yes.
Councilwoman Sawicki,
Yes.
Councilman Tucson,
yeah,
Mayor Kindle,
Yes.
Councilwoman Costantino.
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Okay, new business item number 2, progress payment number 1, 2025 sidewalk replacement program number 180-367. Mayor and council attaches a letter from our city engineers transmitting progress payment number 1 on the 2025 sidewalk replacement program number 180-367. It is recommended that this payment be approved. Mayor, a resolution is recommended.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
make a resolution to approve payment to Hartwell Cement Company in the amount of $92,224.23 for progress payment number 1 in the 2025 sidewalk replacement program number 180-367.
Support.
Any discussion?
Madam Mayor,
Mm-hmm.
on my street, I know that they have not cleaned up after themselves. I know there are mounds of dirt that are preventing people from moving down the street easily. I know that the edges along the sidewalk, that have not been filled in and graded. When I asked about it in the past, I was told they would not be paid at all until they do the work that they need to do. And now we want to give them a partial payment. I guess I am put out with this company because normally when we've had cement work done, it has been cleaned up the following week or a couple days later. Now it's been months since the cement was done there.
Contractor. This is the contractor that did the tap grant.
Right.
Okay, and so
Yes, there's 2 different sidewalk programs currently ongoing. So this is the one that's being funded by the city, not the TAP grant project that Santos Cement was working on. This project is basically complete now. Everything's been cleaned up on this program. We are working with Santos Cement and trying to get the issues resolved. We're actually, the DPW has addressed some of the issues and we're looking to back charge that contractor too for any of the work that we've had to do, but we are trying to work with them to get what's remaining out there to be cleaned up and closed out. But this is a completely different contract.
thank you for clearing that up.
Yep.
What's the name of this other company?
Santos.
Santo.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll keep that name in mind.
Madam Mayor.
All right, any further discussion? Yes.
Are they going to continue work this year or is it over for this year?
No,
There is still some work that needs to be done this year under the contract, yes.
So you're going to work all the way up to the snow
Yeah.
or something?
Correct, yeah, yes.
Any further questions? Okay. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
Roll call vote, Ms. Frank.
Councilwoman LaPrat,
Yes.
Councilwoman Sawicki.
Yes.
Councilman Tucson,
Yes.
Mayor Kindle,
Yes.
Councilwoman Costantino.
Yes.
Councilman Jenny.
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Okay, new business item number 3, progress payment number 2, final for the 2025 joint crack ceiling project number 180-366. Mayor and council attaches a letter from our city engineers transmitting progress payment number 2 on the 2025 payment joint crack ceiling project number 180-366. It is recommended that this payment be approved. Mayor, a resolution is recommended.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I'll offer the resolution to approve payment to Michigan Joint Ceiling Incorporated in the amount of $7,337.77 for progress payment number 2, final, on the 2025 pavement joint crack ceiling project number 180-366.
Support.
Madam Mayor?
Yes.
So we've had some problems this year with the pavement joint crack ceiling. I know they made a big mess at the end of Williamsburg Court. And there's, at least one resident here says that they've not completed the project in their street. I don't know where else there might be, but I would, like to see if we could have an amendment to this that it will be paid once everything is done and cleaned up and all the streets are completed. So maybe upon completion, because I don't believe that they are completed at this time.
There's gonna be some major work scheduled in that area right now. I mean, within probably a week or 2.
Okay,
So your concern will be taken care of.
it will be.
Yes, yes. That's,
And is it this company doing it or is it a different company?
it's gonna be a different company, but, I mean, this is part of the whole project. I mean, when you do
Okay.
cement work and you do ceiling, they do it, as a work in progress.
Okay. So that there's continuation on that particular
Yes,
project,
yes.
more work to be
We'll see
done.
it in about a week.
Okay. All right then.
Any further discussion? Roll call vote, Mrs. Franks.
Councilwoman Sawicki,
Yes.
Councilman Tucson,
Yes.
Mayor Kindle,
Yes.
Councilwoman Costantino,
Yes,
Councilman Jenny.
Yes.
Councilwoman LaPrat.
Yes.
Resolution passes.
A new business item number 4, City Hall Generator Maintenance Plan. Mayor and council attaches a memorandum from the DPW superintendent requesting approval to enter into a 5-year maintenance agreement with Cummings Sales and Service for the city's newly installed generator. The proposal provided is attached for your review. The total cost over the 5-year period is $6,846.04, and we will be billed annually for this service. It is recommended that this agreement be approved. Mayor, a resolution is recommended.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
make the resolution to approve the 5-year maintenance agreement with Cummins Sales and Service dated September 25th, 2025. For the city's generator to be billed annually with a total 5-year agreement not to exceed $6,846.04.
Support.
Any discussion? Roll call vote, Ms. Franks.
Councilman Tucson,
Yes.
Mayor Kindle,
Yes.
Councilwoman Costantino,
yes,
Councilman Jenny.
Yes.
Councilwoman LaPrat.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sawicki.
Yes.
Okay, resolution passes.
Okay, new business item number 5, resolution to authorize 457B service plan providers to amend plan documents to offer designated Roth accounts. Mayor and council, Roth contributions were added to deferred compensation 457B plans to provide an alternative to pre-tax traditional contributions, giving employees a choice between paying taxes now for tax-free withdrawals later or deferring taxes until retirement. This option is particularly beneficial for employees who expect to be in higher tax brackets in retirement than they are currently. It offers tax diversification, the potential for tax-free growth, and the flexibility to access funds in retirement, making it a valuable choice for government and nonprofit workers. as required, the city is seeking approval by the city council to add these Roth plans to the city's current deferred compensation 457 plans. It is recommended that this be approved. And Mayor, a resolution is recommended, and I have also brought our labor attorney, Ken Wilson, he's out there, should council have any questions.
Madam Mayor,
Yes,
about resolution to adopt the attached resolution allowing the modification of the current deferred compensation plans to offer designated Roth accounts into which Roth contributions may be made consistent with IRS Secure 2.0 Act regulations, and that addition to allow planned Roth conversions.
Support.
any discussion?
Yeah, Madam Mayor,
Mhm.
this is a great plan here. I'm surprised we hadn't offered this earlier. So, I'm glad we're doing it.
So, Madam Mayor, I'd like to know how this is gonna work for after-tax contributions. Like, can we, I don't know if it's even legal that we do after-plan contributions in a tax-deferred way. I know it's a little confusing to me. I know with my Roth IRA, I just have it automatically debited out of my bank account every month, separately from my income, because it's got to be after tax money. But I'd like to hear a little bit more about this program on behalf of our employees and the taxpayers.
Yeah, it's a part of a federal law now.
Okay,
And I want to say we have to offer these plans. If we don't, and let's say employees over defer, what happens is they're gonna get a 1099, and boy, their wives are gonna be mad.
Mhm.
That's.
And
Or
that-
husband.
Right,
So this way the taxes are taken out first and then the contribution goes in?
They can do the before taxes, and then when they hit a certain level, it has to be after tax and a lot.
Okay, so once they do the catch-up amount or whatever,
And if there's any additional, Ken, do you have any additional comments you'd like to make, or?
No, I think what happens is people are, I have paid over $125,000 a year. They would have to, in order to avail themselves of the catch-up, they would have to use a Roth. They would have to use after-tax dollars, put it into a Roth account. The good thing about a Roth account is what happens is the money grows in there, the income, the investment grows, and then the entire amount comes out untaxed. So actually, on the income growth, the employee would never be paying taxes. 401k, you're going to pay taxes when you pull it out on all of it. But a Roth, you will have that investment income where if it's a qualified distribution after 5 years really is the main benchmark, there would be no tax. But the important thing is to avail, it's a good question for our employees to avail themselves of the catch-up provisions. We would need a Roth for those who are making more than $145,000.
okay, so we're offering it instead of them going out and seeking it on their own.
That is,
It
yeah,
makes
it's a lot
sense to
easier.
me. I mean,
Yeah,
it really does. If they're already
Yeah.
investing through it, is a one-stop shop. Because it is a lot of work to set up something like that.
yeah, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So it's a lot easier to do it through your employer. I wish my employer did that.
absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Any further questions?
Yeah, Madam Mayor.
Yeah.
One reason why I also support this too is because I know my son works at the post office and he has a chance right now to put a certain amount in Roth, like 5% in Roth and 5% in 401k. It's a kind of toss of how you really want to do it. Because sometimes I was kind of glad to put it pre-tax because that means I could be buying more shares because I'm using to make it buy more shares and then later on convert it. But it's a choice you have on your own.
All right, thank you. Is there further discussion? Roll call vote, Mrs. Franks, please.
Mayor Kindle,
Yes.
Councilwoman Costantino,
Yes.
Councilman Jenny,
Yes.
Councilwoman LaPrat.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sawicki.
Yes.
Councilman Tucson.
Yes.
Okay, resolution passes.
Okay, new business item number 6, Milk River SRF program. Mayor and council attaches an invoice from Wayne County for the city's proportionate share of the interest on the 2 SRF projects. It is recommended that this payment be approved. Mayor, a resolution is recommended.
Madam Mayor,
Yes,
make resolution to approve payment to Wayne County in the amount of $177,826.05 for the city's proportionate share of the interest on the SRF project number 5446-01 and 5446-02.
Support.
discussion.
Madam Mayor,
Mm-hmm.
I just need the city manager to address a misconception that I think some residents have about the Milk River. I know none of us particularly like the fact that we have to pay this amount. Is there an alternative that the city has to the Milk River? I don't think there is. I think that
Not at this.
this is what covers our city's sewer treatment, and this is what
Keep
we're
our
bound to
budget
do.
from Flooding,
Right. So there's not an alternative to the Milk River.
not at this time.
The lake dries up, maybe.
Madam Mayor,
Yes,
this is an interest payment and it's killing me. Is there any way that we could pay ahead or something so that we don't have to pay so much interest in the future? That we could get some of the principal paid off?
Well, we're in this with other communities, Grosse Pointe Woods, there's a little sliver of St. Clair Shores in there. And, this is the agreement that, all the cities that are bound by this agreement, we're all under this bond.
Can we propose a different agreement so we don't have such a high interest payment? I mean, that's enough money to pay a really, really well-paid,
Well, actually,
at least,
this bond was taken out a few years back,
mm-hmm.
and a completion bond was taken out, I want to say a little bit afterwards, and the interest rates are not, that were on these bonds are not as high as they are today.
okay.
So we're actually, this is just something that we're gonna have to pay until the bond is paid off.
I just want to go on the record as saying this stinks.
I think we've all been there. Literally.
Madam Mayor,
Yes,
I'd like to ask, Mr. Szymanski also. We usually pay those payments to Milk River. What's the difference here? They usually around somewhere $356,000 a quarter. What's this? And this
Okay,
that's
that's,
a bit of it.
the interest payments, what you're talking about are the principal payments.
mm-hmm.
And then there's another component there, operation and maintenance. And that is, the actual operations of the Milk River operation. A lot of people don't realize that, the Milk River Basin, and Councilmember Jenny could probably bear light on this, that's like Ford Field.
Mm.
It's a huge reservoir. And it keeps the water out of our basement, keeps sewage out of our basements here. And it treats all the water before it's discharged into the Detroit River, right into the mouth of the water plant that feeds almost all southeastern Michigan.
Well, really quick too, what it can do for the 3 communities, St. Clair Shores, Grosse Pointe Woods, and Harper Woods, is it can hold the water during a storm event and either discharge it to the Milk River, which goes through the Ford Estate there, next to the Ford Estate, or it can hold it and then dump it back into our system later on once the storm has passed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically, instead of everyone's basement being the catch-all for the water, it is the catch-all for the storm water. So yes, it's, I think there's now 7 or 8 large pumps in there that will all be done with this project, along with the cleaning of the basin that is probably, Brian, what, 10 acres in size? kind of thing?
It's huge.
So it's all underground. It's literally, I think, 10 stories deep.
Yeah.
It just holds water. So without this, everybody's basement during a large rain event that we could not keep up with would be the retention basins for all this rainwater. And to separate us from something else, I know the farms is right now is is trying to separate a quarter of their city, and they're looking at a $25 million project just to separate stormwater in the streets for a quarter of their city. So, yes, the payments seem weird, the payments seem outrageous, and but it works in the long run. It's what we're tied to. It's what we're tied to for an older community. So. My spiel.
Any further discussion? Roll call vote, Mrs. Frank.
Councilwoman Constantino,
Yes.
Councilman Jenny,
Sure.
Councilwoman LaPrat. Sorry, Councilwoman LaPrat,
Yes.
Councilwoman Sawicki.
Yes.
Councilman Tucson.
Yes.
Mayor Kindle.
Yes.
Resolution passes.
And that concludes the city manager's. report.
All righty then. So this takes us to call the audience. We need to line up or get by the mic. And you have 3 minutes, one time only.
Okay, I took some notes here. There are 3 dogs out in the back of
I need
the
to-
station.
Your name,
Pardon?
your name?
My name, Juanita Busick, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, there's 3 dogs out in the back of the station as of now. 2 were on the freeway and could have caused a crash or been killed. Okay, my question to the city council is, see, I wrote down a question here. Okay, what have you done about the services for the city of Harper Woods since the agreement ended with G-Pass on June 30th? Although in the insider report, it's still, and when you look on page 7, Grosse Pointe has renewed the contract. It's right in here. That's very misleading. And so what's going to be done about that? What provisions are in place at this time for these stray dogs in potential situations? Now, in every state, the state law that every municipality must have animal services. They can have an arrangement with a shelter, a veterinarian, or they can provide in-house sheltering, but they cannot have nothing. And what happened recently, this was Thursday, the 25th. I was on Lockmore. I was walking my dog. We were on the same side. From a distance, I saw another dog. So I crossed the street. So there's no confrontation or anything. The dog pulled not the owner, but the boy that was walking the dog, pulled him by the arm. The dog ran over and attacked my dog. Thankfully, there were no bites or injuries at all. And I did contact the owner. I'm not going to mention names, but I let her know. Well, my dog won't hurt anybody. I said, a dog's a dog. They're going to defend themselves. My dog has no teeth, hardly, several, just a little bit. Then another thing that's dangerous is anybody that has a large dog should have a high fence. What happened was several days later, I'm walking my dog on another block, and a 170-pound dog jumped over the fence and came after my dog, probably just to play. He seemed to be a friendly dog, but the owner was out there and got a hold of him, so she was watching him. Then there's a neighbor across the street from me who has a dog. It's getting big pretty fast, never has a collar on the dog, but he's on city property and on his property. The dog is a puppy and is very highly energetic. So my whole thing is we have to get this under control. We need animal control or something to get these dogs and help them. So there's these 3 dogs behind the sitting behind the department. I'm not sure exactly where. Think about it. Like I said, there could have been a big crash. So we got to get this under control. Okay, thank you.
Good evening. Reginald Tabron, Ropes Court. As members of the Harper Woods Lions Club, we're sponsoring a pasta dinner this Saturday from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the AmVets. $25, all you can eat. Children under 12 can eat It's $10 at the door. If you need to know or contact anybody, it'd be Lion Kathy McAdams. If you need any information or any tickets, but we're sponsoring a pasta dinner at the AMVETS this Saturday from 4 p.m. to 7. $25 all you can eat. Also, we're collecting cans, glass bottles, and plastic bottles. So if you have any cans, glass bottles, or plastic bottles, please donate those to the Lions Club every Friday from 5 p.m. to 5:30, and look for the red HHR at the Salter Park. We're collecting cans for different charities that we support. Yeah, Harborwood, those programs.
Just keep going. Next.
Okay, thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Janetta Tabaron, Rose Court. I just wanted to give some information on things happening in our Harperwood School District. The Harperwood Pioneers football teams were undefeated at this time. We will be having our homecoming game Friday, October 17th. The homecoming parade, like Mr. Wick said, will begin at 3:30 at the Beacon Elementary. The construction on the Excellence Institute continues. The focus is college and career-driven and health wellness. Inside will also be like a wellness, a gym, pickleball field, pickleball information for seniors 55 and up. Our College and Career Institute scholars are completing the container homes. They will be on display soon. And we are doing great things in our Harperwood School District. Mr. Jenny, thank you so much for the Milk River information, because I do not want my basement to flood. I got too much stuff down there. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Hello, Kristen Olin Sullivan, Country Club Drive. I too am curious about the status of the GPAS agreement. No payments have been on the agenda in several months. The insider says we have an agreement, and Corinne Martin says we haven't had one since June 30th. So I'm wondering what the situation is. Thanks.
Thank you.
Council Mayor, this is a question that I'm directing to all of you. My name is Judy Hinton. I live on Williamsburg. I live on Williamsburg Court. My name is Judy Hinton. Williamsburg Court is a dead-end street, okay? Very short. Okay, well, the noise level coming from Kelly down to Harper is deafening, terrible, because on the west side of Vernier and the east side, 4 lanes. There's no reason why we still need 4-lane highway. Now, I got on the internet and it told me, MDOT said, the only way those lanes can be reduced is that the municipality must request it. It's noise pollution, air pollution, and speeding. See, I walk all the time. There is not a speed limit sign from Kelly to Harper. And once you cross Harper, guess what? It becomes Grosse Pointe, 2 lanes on each side. So why are they polluting Harper Woods with all this noise? I'm in my condo a half a block away. I have to go back downstairs and sleep on my couch because the noise is so deafening. We need a lane reduction because about a month ago, the cars, this is not the first time, car came along, hit the lamp post flew across Williamsburg Court. They had to put in new lines to restore the power to those lamp posts. And anybody that lives around there, they know I'm telling the truth. Now, the second thing I like to talk about is that I came here to the police station to tell them about a man that's not even a citizen. He threatened me because I'm on my patio, and once you get my age, you have no real sleep pattern, okay? So I'm up at 6 o'clock in the morning, minding my business, no noise, nothing. He comes out, takes his 6-foot giraffe neck and blaring eyes and screams at me. Told the police officer, I said, aren't you guys gonna come out? I came here. You know what the officers told me? No. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Teresa Foster. I live in Woodland. I'm very uncomfortable about this one. I got a text from a neighbor that can't get here, and she's frustrated. She says something about the garage she keeps looking at for over 2 years. She doesn't know why she has to keep looking at it, but I know for a fact that a contractor has, that the building department gave the contractor this job to quote, and the contractor got the information late August of last year, and she had gotten the specs early September of 24, and she's wondering why she hasn't gotten any relief from that. And the second part was the cone sitting on her street, but you already addressed that. So she's wondering what she can do to get this garage fixed. I have all the information here, and it's on Kenosha. I have all the information here, but I don't know. I'm not an elected official, and I don't have any authority. So I don't know why she even called me, but I'm here because she can't get here, and she's unable to get any answers from the department she's called. Thank you.
Good evening, John Shenburn, live on Ross Common. I just earlier complimented the police department. Lately, my street has turned into a party street. And I mean a party street. The other night, they were out there partying in the street, blocking driveways, blaring their music, and the same people yesterday did the same thing in the middle of the day. I have 4 neighbors that work midnights. They all come out of their houses just about ready to wring the person's neck. Police did show up and stop it. But we're getting a lot of it. Starts out okay, and then as the night goes on or the evening goes on, the music keeps getting louder, and it's getting to be ridiculous. Second of all, there's a bunch of stores up on Kelly Road that have the insignia of Harperwood School. And I want to know the status of it. School board people say that they don't own them anymore. Do we know who owns them? And are we getting taxes for them? It still has all their regalia on the front of the windows and everything else. That's also the reason they were having a hard time for the marijuana place. Second of all, football team, yeah, they're doing good. Oh, that's fine. But I hope we're not going to pay for another parade for them this year. I don't mind them getting a parade, but let them pay for it. Scouts will be doing a food drive in November, about the middle. Our church, First English Lutheran Church, is going to do work camp next summer in July. We're looking for donations or sponsors. We got to raise $30,000. We already have 400 kids coming from around the United States. and there's kids on the waiting list if someone drops off. Example is $250 for painting the inside and fixing up a house for a senior, $500 for outside, but whatever can be given, we will accept. Thank you.
Roger Kraft, Bournemouth. Did you agree to a contract on the community center? Most important, do you have the 5 million and where is it coming from? You also said if the citizens or residents of Harper Woods had to pay any out-of-pocket expenses, you would resign. You know who I'm talking about. You have 2 million in a grant. Where did the other million come from? In your groundbreaking that was not supposed to be a groundbreaking, you and Paez both said, and it's on tape, that the citizens or residents of this city want this community center. I don't think you know what you're talking about. So now the citizens of Harper Woods would want you to put this on the ballot for November. Let the citizens vote on it. That's what should happen because you want it so bad, you don't care what the citizens think. Now, why has not the planning commission even had anything about this in their planning commission? The last one was canceled because there was no business, but I think this is big business. Now, why was not the public notified about the groundbreaking? Why didn't you want the public there? You invited the city council, but none of them showed up. Next, to the city manager. When you put the application on the board for a city manager position, it said you must have a master's degree. I need to know if you have one. Now, the second thing on this, you are not the city manager yet because you haven't been sworn in properly according to the city charter. You must be sworn in by a judge, state senator, or state representative. According to the city charter, that's been in there for almost 50 years. Now, the next thing, the reason I think that you need to have that because you put in there for your legacy pay. If you're found doing anything illegal with money and you're fired, you collect nothing once you're sworn in. The next thing I want to know is, we're short on firefighters. Why don't we have a volunteer fire department? And don't tell me it doesn't work, because I know people that I used to work with way out in the suburbs where they have to go 30 miles for a fire. They have a volunteer fire department and it works. The next thing I want to know, and this, I'm flabbergasted on this one. There's 2 people in this city that knew that I might run for city council or mayor. One was me, and the other was Leslie Frank. The next day on my driveway, some lady pulls in my driveway and says, "Are you Roger Kraft?" And I said, "Well, who are you?" Then she says, "Are you running for city council or mayor?" And I told her to get the hell off my property. So if you're that scared that someone like me is going to run for city council or mayor, you got something going, because I am pissed. You telling people stuff? I'm not for that. That was private between me and her. Nobody else.
Wait a minute, that sounds like you threatening us.
I'm not threatening you. I'm telling you what happens. I'm pissed. Nobody should come to my house and say something like that.
Lower your voice and your time is up.
That's fine.
Good evening. I'm Denise Warren, and I live on Old Homestead. I just wanted to come and say thank you for the things that you have been doing. I want to thank you for the Milk River program because my basement used to flood 2, 3, and 4 times a year, every year. I'm getting older. I don't want to keep cleaning it up. I don't want to have to keep sterilizing. And so I feel like this is a good recommendation, a good payment, whatever. But I also want to thank you for the other things that you have done that I have seen that appears to bring our community better together. I like the concerts. I like the nights at the movie. I like the free activities. I also enjoyed having Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist here. So, and I feel like you're trying to put us on the map. And as far, I've been here living in Harper Woods, not in the same house, but living in Harper Woods since May 15, 2000. I have seen different administrations, and I feel like this is one of the better administrations. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Jeremy Gursky. I live on Woodmont. I just have a couple questions. I've never been to one of these meetings before, and it's good to know that I don't want my basement to flood either. I spent 25 grand renovating my basement. I spent about $100 a year cleaning out, I guess, the main sewer line, whatever that goes to the city. My question is the city doing anything as preventative maintenance to help preserve their line of the city? That's one of my questions. One, as I read, I guess the newsletter, separate issue. I don't know about the times of Halloween or candy or whatever. Maybe that's coming out later. I don't really know that one. And I have an issue on my street because there's no speed bumps. There's a lot of kids on my street, and they're just going down that street at least 40 to 45 miles an hour. I live pretty close to Peerless than the 94, but I love where I live. It's usually pretty quiet, but that the speeding it's only going to be in a matter of time before I know something unfortunate is going to happen. Maybe there's not enough police presence, but there's definitely is an issue. Thank you for your time.
Sir, if you have a question about, would you see DPW person right there, and she could explain to you about the sewer? Heather. Or Tom Jennings. All right, is there, no one else from the front? So which way? All right. I think I started that way last time, right? I'll start this way with Shore Constantino, Councilwoman Constantino.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Denise, for your nice remarks. It's great to hear something nice after all the work we do here, practically free. Anyway, I am concerned about the sidewalks that are still open. The ones on Bernier, I witnessed in the morning a little girl riding a bike on Vernier because it's not safe to ride with all those sidewalks all set up. This is horrifying to me. Absolutely horrifying. I know this is not our sidewalk program, but we've got to get this resolved and get those sidewalks closed up. We cannot have young people, children, riding on a busy street to get to school or wherever because our sidewalks are too dangerous to ride on. I was also approached again by the young man who rides his bike to the bus stop back and forth to get to work. And we need to do something about this. I realize it's DTE, but we've got to get on their case and maybe threaten a lawsuit or something, because if we have somebody who gets killed or injured, that this is unacceptable. This is unsafe. Bernier is a main road where people ride their bikes to the bus stop, to the junior high, to the high school. But we've got to resolve this right away. We're getting close to winter. We cannot have this open all winter. There are full-grown plants growing where they've taken out these chunks of sidewalk. I'm very concerned.
I'd like to make a comment.
Yes, please.
They just poured those sidewalks and they're drying out as we're here meeting.
Did they do it today?
They did it over the weekend and they should be lifting the cones probably maybe tomorrow, maybe in a day or two. So they're all done.
Okay, well, maybe it was Friday I saw it, I don't know, but it was in the last couple of days. I saw this little girl driving her bike, like middle school age, down Vernier. It's horrifying. I am very excited that it's done.
Mr. Susan.
Well, yeah, for all of you that participated in the join or die, that turned out to be a really, the outcome on that was just wonderful. We did the film. In fact, I was on the committee that helped pull it together. And we did the film showing at the Wayne County Community, the War Memorial, and I think the library, or you could get it on Netflix. And then they met at the War Memorial the next day to meet the author and director of it all. And we also invited people from all the different clubs around the area to come in and have us table there. Boy, instead of having like 50 people, I think we had about 65 organizations that came there and set up tables. It was even the producers of the film couldn't believe what the success it was. But again, we encourage everyone to join a club of some sort or join and participate in something. It's all part of our democratic system, and it also makes your life, you live longer when you join an organization to be a part of something. So I know COVID kind of stopped that a whole lot, but I'm glad to see people doing it more again. Also, it's a late bit of notice that I've gotten from the mayor about the Merry African Hair Braiding. Locksley had their first anniversary. So I stopped in there myself, and it was, boy, it was really good. It was nice seeing it. Looks like a very successful business there on the Kelly Road, which is one of the roads we sometimes a little concerned about. All the seats were full. In fact, the Mary even got her hair braided there, and they had band and music and everything. I was just so happy to see such a business thriving in Harper Woods, and I'd like to see more of that. I also attended a session. Never next session. Done. Thank you. Yes.
Okay. A couple of points. First of all, from time to time, we hear complaints about the schools. And just to clarify that the Harper Woods City Council has no jurisdiction over what's happening in the schools at all. And so if you have a complaint about, something going on in the schools, businesses that are still displaying school insignias, that would be a school board issue. And so take that to the school board. I think both of the Tabrons are on the school board as well. And they might take that issue to the school board. So I just want to clarify that because from time to time that has come up. I know that we also, and I intended on asking about this in the back, but we are also concerned, I'm also concerned about having an animal control officer in place in Harper Woods, and to figure out what we're doing about that, because I did not have accurate information about how we are handling GPS right now. And so I'll ask for clarification on that. Also, in another regard, people have often complained about not seeing things getting done as far as ordinances are concerned. And I just want to point out that in this packet alone, on the consent agenda, at least 71 high grass cuts were done. And so I know that our DPW is out there marking houses, and whenever you see that high grass has gone through, that means that our DPW has had to go out, tag the house, go back again, tag it again before anything can get done by our contractor. And the cost of the cut, as well as administrative fees, go on top of that. And that is the responsibility of the homeowner. And so, if you're believing that nothing is happening, it is in fact happening to a great degree. I would like to see, I've mentioned this in the past, I would love to see some more, I guess, openness. It's not even openness. It's the matter of having our department heads give little updates from time to time. Let us know, how many tickets have been written for this, that, or the other thing. What's going on the streets, because I often hear complaints by residents, and we all hear it. And it would be nice to have some of the background information, perhaps to put it out in a monthly newsletter, or just to have our department people show up at a meeting, because I don't know the information. I would love to have the information. I'm sure many of our residents would as well. Finally, I wanted to mention, we have heard a lot about speeding, and I would really like the city to look into the idea of parking on both sides of the street where it's possible. When I go to, I have a meeting, I go to weekly in St. Clair Shores, and I couldn't help but notice that throughout St. Clair Shores, there's parking on both sides of the street, and it naturally slows down traffic. And so I really think that should be a consideration for us. We put in speed bumps, we probably could put in more, but we need to do something that's going to slow down traffic. And this is one kind of natural way of slowing things down. And I'd like for us to investigate that possibility. Thank you.
Okay, really quick, don't forget curbside leaf pickup starts next week. Get the leaves out there. See our new loader going down the road too. If anyone's ready to go. So yeah, give the guys, get stuff out there, give everyone time to get them to. Don't park cars up if you can't. Other than that, let's move on to the session. So here.
Okay, I just want to thank the League of Women Voters for holding the candidate forum last week. It is available to view if you go to the League of Women Voters website. There'll be a link to the YouTube channel to watch that and watch the 4 candidates. I'd also like to invite everyone, the League of Women Voters, for anyone that lives in the Harper Woods area of the Grosse Pointe Public School System. If you're not aware, if you haven't gotten your absentee ballot, there is a bond proposal. It's a $110 million bond for the school district, and they're having a lot of sessions, information sessions, but the League of Women Voters is holding one for, it's more for just residents to go. It'll be at Brownell Middle School at 7 p.m. on October 13th. I would highly, if you live in that district and have questions about this bond, attend this meeting and you can ask questions and hear Dr. Tuttle, the superintendent, give her overview of what this bond's going to pay for. And we need to move on.
I need a motion to adjourn for the budget hearing.
Mayor?
Yeah.
Make the motion to adjourn to the budget session.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we adjourn. I'm not adjourned.